Hello, all my lovely people, and welcome to your Virgo new moon reading. The Virgo new moon is coming up on September 6th, and it's going to be climaxing around 6:51 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, so wherever you're at in the world, you can adjust that. But I love the Virgo new moon. It is a call to reflect. So where are you right now? Where do you want to go now? What have you realized about your goal or your goals since the last full moon in Virgo, which this year was on February 27th of 2001. There's a 6-month-ish cycle between, you have a new moon in Virgo, and then you go up to the full moon in Virgo, and then you go back to the new moon in Virgo. And it's this beautiful process of planting new seeds, them growing, you coming to this place of harvest, and then as you go back to the new moon, looking at what you're ready to let go of and what you're ready to change. So you can ask yourself, what have you been letting go since the last full moon? And really, now, with it being a new moon, it's a great time for a clever, simple, well-organized, restart. So you can consider perhaps focusing on what you can give to others as you plant these new seeds going forward. Virgos, of course, have a strong health aspect as well. So you might also reflect on what you can give to your body. And that can be your, looking at what seeds you want to plant until the next full moon in Virgo. So I am doing, of course, a reading for each individual zodiac sign. So whichever signs you want to look at, your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, your Venus, whatever you want to focus in on, look at a variety of them if you'd like to get a full picture of what this new moon energy is bringing in for you. And we'll go ahead and jump into the reading right now. All right, all my Libras, this is your reading for the Virgo new moon. And because this was a call to reflect, we're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Empowering Questions deck. And this is just going to be what the creator might recommend that you ask yourself and focus on during this 3-week period around this new moon. And that would be a week before the new moon all the way up until 2 weeks after the new moon. All right, and one more time. All right, Creator, for our Libras, what question do you want them to possibly consider? Okay, you got 2. Well, of course, because you're Libra, right? You got to balance 2 questions. Which question will you choose? So the first one is, if this was my last day, would I be satisfied with my life? What would I have done differently? Wow. Yep. So that's definitely a beautiful question. Really a big check-in in your life to see, especially with this new moon coming in. The full moon is all about, from the full moon to the new moon, what we're letting go, what we're changing, what we're considering. So it's a good question, especially for the week before the new moon. Is what do you think you would change about your life and about your goals, about what you're doing in your life? And would there be anything you would do differently, knowing that, right? And then the other question you can consider are, what are those things that make me feel good when I'm doing them? So yeah, that definitely helps you get to the bottom of this question as well. So it's a good balance between the two here to get to the root of what you're looking for. And I love that this card is really like a reddish orange, which is very much like the root chakra. And this has a light purple, which is very much like the crown chakra. So it's like this whole spectrum of your energy of your chakra system too, getting to the root of what makes your heart sing, right? And would you change anything with what you're doing in your life? I kind of hear this message of, are you just existing or are you living? So, and we will dig more into here too. We're going to pull some cards from the Enchanted Map Oracle. And we're going to pull a card here for the week before the new moon, the week after the new moon, and then 2 weeks after the new moon. So let's give these a good shuffle and see what messages the Creator has for you. All right, Creator. So for week 1, what would you like our Libras to know the week before the new moon? Okay, and what about the week after the new moon? Okay, and what about 2 weeks after the new moon? Okay, that one. All right, so the week before the new moon, you've gotten strength. And this is beautiful. So you got a 44, which is a master or a power number. And then 4 and 4 breaks down to the number 8, which is the strength card in the major arcana. And you have the strength to hold up your little world there. And let's read here and see what message comes with that here. But I love that it's like, really with this card here especially, we were talking about, this is the question for the week before the new moon. The world that you're creating, the world that you're carrying, is it the world that you want? Or is there something you would change about your little world that you're carrying, that you're creating? And it says your true strength comes not from self-reliance alone, but from a sincere faith in a higher power. The strength to accomplish even the most daunting task is yours at this time. You can connect with and channel the power of the universe. The strength card indicates that your ideas are being tested and refined, right? Refining, and your relationships are being deepened. No matter what happens, nothing can move you off the course of evolution. As the potency of your connections becomes more obvious, you're able to harness the creative energies that are available to you. Have courage and dive in, for magic is in the process of finding a form to take. When you remember that real strength comes from a combination of your efforts and reliance on a higher power working through you, all is possible. You can do anything now. So beautiful. I love that in combination with that card here, because it really is about that refining of your dreams, refining of what you want to accomplish. And, do I want more money, more things, more blah, 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 blah? Or when I'm, 100 on my deathbed, I'm looking back over my life, what would I want to do more of, and what would I care less about? And it's a good place to look at and all that. And no, I'm not predicting you're going to die at 100. That's just a generality, okay? Don't freak out. Don't freak out that you're going to live that long, or that's if you're planning to live to 120 or more. All right. So the next week after the new moon, you've got spark. So you've got number 34. And I love that. Playing her song that's in her heart, right? And then let's see here. For that one, it is you are a clear channel for divine creativity. So a wonderful double message here, right? There is a spark of creativity in you, and you have every reason to move forward with optimism and hope. Open yourself to inspiration and allow life to show you its beauty and your part in co-creating it. This is the perfect time to give birth to an idea, start a new relationship or job, or begin any endeavor. Attraction is high as you connect with others who can co-create joyous experiences and join with you in expressing the finer aspects of life. Watching a spark turn to a flame and stoking that fire is a gratifying activity. Yeah, so definitely, I love this message about co-creating together, at least with spirit. And really, when it comes down to it, it's always with spirit. When other people come into our lives, it's of divine, guidance and divine connection, right? The Creator brings us what we need. through middlemen, and Creator uses us to bring things to other people as the middleman. We're the shipping company, but the Creator is the source of all our abundance and the source of all that juicy, beautiful spark and beautiful unconditional love energy that comes through, that makes the world what it is. So I love that you're really both before the new moon and after the new moon. I mean, it's really about planting seeds and sparking those, like it said, sparking the watching a spark turn to a flame and stoking that fire is a gratifying activity. So sparking your ideas and then watching them grow and grow and grow as you stoke it and give it more and more attention. And then that brings you into the second week after the new moon, and you've got coming apart. And that's number 46. And don't be discouraged by that, because 46 is breaks down to a 10, which is endings, and then the 10 breaks down to a 1, which is new beginnings. So this is all about watching those things fall away that no longer serve you. So, what's great about when you do this little analysis and you dig in deeper into what your dreams are and what you're wanting to accomplish, we can make adjustments throughout our entire life. We think with this, and then we go this way, and then we go this way, and then we go this way, and this way, this way. There's no straight path all the way through. It's always this beautiful adventure. It's like a butterfly. A butterfly doesn't go that would scare people. The butterfly floats and flits and woo. Sorry for my sound effects, but you get the idea. So there are times where we have things that change, and when we reevaluate what we want to do in our lives, there's things that we have that got us to where we're at that we don't need to get us to where next we want to go. And so we can leave those behind. Those things serve their purposes, and then we take on new things to get us to the next journey. It's a lot like you needed mountain climbing equipment to climb this mountain to get to up onto this long piece of land that you're going to be on for years and years. And so you don't need the climbing equipment anymore, because by the map that it's all flat surface. So instead you get rid of that, and then you get a four-wheeler to go faster. That way a four-wheeler really doesn't help you get up a cliff up that's straight up, but a four-wheeler helps you go across there. So this is about what you let go that no longer serves you and does it. So that's a much better feeling than things are being ripped out of my life. It's like, no, things are being removed for you because they no longer serve you, or you're letting things go that no longer serve you, and you're moving forward. And this is now is the time to take separate paths. The coming apart card is a sign to put an end to what is no longer working for you. Has a commitment been broken? Perhaps you need to break a promise or change course because you took on more than you could handle. This is a perfect time to reassess your goals and values, as this said too. Are your actions in alignment with what you believe in? Have you created a partnership that is not mutually beneficial? Separation, disillusion, and dispersion are all in focus now. If someone wishes to break away from you, don't chase the relationship out of a sense of fear. The price you'll pay will not be worth the prize. Separation brings good fortune. So yeah, definitely what we were talking about there. Yep, and then, so definitely looking into what makes you feel good with that spark. Yep, so I think that's everything we needed with that. And then what we're going to do, we're going to move these to the side and move these up here. And because what we're going to do next is we're going to pull some cards here from the Light Seers Tarot. And we're just going to see what else the Creator would like you to know about these 3 weeks, each of these 3 weeks. All right. Creator, what else do you want our Libras to know about this first week, please? Okay. Yep, you got the Sun. So talk about the spark. The Sun is one of the most positive cards in the deck. It just means that you're, anything that you put your mind to that you're going to accomplish here. And I do love how this card kind of mentioned that, and then also your connection to the Sun, to the Creator who brings all abundance, right? So that's your connection to on high. And definitely that I really feel this being a 19 is an ending and a new beginning for you as well. So really there's this definite message of evaluating just what you're doing with your life, where you invest in your energy, and is it really where you want to be investing it anymore? It was like a good idea before. It was the perfect idea before for your life. And now you're being asked to look back and go, okay, is there more you want to learn in this, this particular situation that is looking and asking to have change happen in it? And you can look at it and go, you know what? No, I think 10 years of the same relationship or the same job or the same blah, 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 whatever it is, I'm ready for something new. And so I'm ready to let that go, right? All right, Creator. And then what else here? What about the week after the new moon here? Because the Sun burns away the old, right? Fire burns away the old brush, like you do before the new moon. And then the Sun also helps the new seeds grow. Okay. Again, connection to up above. You have the Judgment card, which is card number 20, which when you add the 2 and 0 together breaks down to a 2, which shows you that there's 2 of you that are on this journey. You, as the human being, as the avatar that's in the game, and then the higher you, the powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love that you are. And so it's really about realizing that, and this beautiful realization, and I almost kind of had that message for this, but I wasn't quite totally convinced that that was the total message. And then they're like, yeah, we meant it. I'm like, oh, okay. Now that's what I love about them. You never have to worry that I'm going to miss anything, because they will make sure the message comes through one way or another. So they're like, yes, this is all about realizing the human you and the higher you and the entire dimensions of everything up above. So beautiful. And then the second week after the new moon, please. Okay. Ten of Pentacles. So another 10. You had a 10 here. In this case, this is the legacy card, and this Pentacles is all about external abundance. And especially with all this connection, you're just going to feel like you have everything that you need in this moment. In fact, not only that, you're going to have enough for the future, and that not only that, but it for yourself, but it's going to be for generations to come, and other people and dogs and animals and all that. So there's this beautiful just message here of you leave like this legacy with your actions and what you're going to do. And that is also like a message here we were talking about when you're 100 years old, what legacy do you want to have left to the world? And who would you have wanted to be? And now you can be that now, right? There's also this message, because this is like the tree of life in the Kabbalah, which for me also echoes the family tree. And so this is a beautiful additional message that there may have been these patterns that have been passed down from generation to generation, these chains that have been passed down, cycles that have been passed down, and that you have the strength and the ability to be that generation that breaks those chains, so that future generations in your family tree don't have to face that anymore. You get to create a new kind of loving cycle that is for a higher purpose. rather than cycles of fear or abuse and that type of thing. And not only for your own family tree, but also for other people that you interact with. You have that much ability with this change and this change in attitude and change of purpose for your life that you can impact other generations. So never underestimate the ripple effect that you can have across the entire world. And then we're going to pull a couple cards here from the Clarity deck, and I love it. It's from The Girls Gone Happy. And we will take a look here. Let me just shuffle these up and see what else the Creator has to say for you. I do love that name, The Girls Gone Happy. I've probably said it in every single reading, and I just can't help myself because it is so happy. No matter if you're a boy or girl or whatever you identify with in between, you know, we can all be girls gone happy. All right, Creator, what final message do you have for Libra for this reading, please? Okay. So I feel like you've got a couple here. And we'll just see which week. And it's actually for 3 questions for 3 weeks, it seems like. So the first one is consider the source. Think about a strong message you're currently receiving from someone in your life. What in their feedback is actually more about them and less about you? How do your opinions about who they are and what they're about impact the way you want to receive their input? So that is a great question. I think that we'll put for week 1. And then you have wandering. What are your feelings, beliefs, or stories about the act of aimlessly wandering? How does this give you an important insight into thoughts and patterns that are keeping you stuck? So why do you feel you can't wander? When you think of wandering, how does that make you feel? And why does it freak you out if it does? Generally, our fear ego will feel freaked out about wandering because it likes structure and control. And wandering feels like being out of control, which is a wonderful place to get used to being because, what do they call it? A spoiler alert? We're in control of a lot less things than we're aware of. Because all that out there is so out of our control. But in here, that's the biggest thing, is we learn that we are in control of our power of choice. I get to choose what anything on the outside means about me or the world. When you realize that opinion is just opinion, you don't have to take it on as your own, and you get to decide what anything means, then you don't feel so bad about wandering, because it's like, oh, I don't care where I go because I get to decide what everything means, right? And then you have elders, which is hilarious that this is all about the family tree. Consider your relationship with the elders in your life. How do these relationships keep you stuck in old patterns? What do they teach you about the ways you've grown in recent years? So that is so perfect for this last one, for sure. The cycles that you're able to break, becoming aware of them is the first thing, right? If we're just passing them on because that's the way it's always been and that's what I've been taught and that's my reactions, once we look into them, we can change those, right? Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful little new moon phase here for you. Just know, as you go through this phase, and actually each and every day, every second, the Creator of all things loves you unconditionally. And I love you too. So you have an amazing new moon phase, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you soon. You take care now.